Welcome. I am going to talk about color mixing today. And I have a color wheel. This is part of a, you can see the corner of this color wheel. And it is a larger color wheel. So I'm gonna say, my goal today is to make the red that I have look less red. So I have a just plain red acrylic paint. And I wanna make it look like dim down a little bit like this. You see how that shows you the different shades or the different tints of red. Red with white would make a pink, and red with green. If you look over here, you can see green is the opposing color. It's also complementary. So it's opposite on here, and that would make it be less. If I mixed a little green into this bright red, it's going to make it less red than this. So tone it down, gray it down. Same with the green. If I am looking at the green and I don't want it to be that bright green, then all I need to mix it with is a little bit of red. So these are complementary colors, and if you get a color wheel, it breaks it all down for you and tells you more about them, has little parts written up that tell you all about them, and then yeah, you can sit there and mix your own colors less bright. So I have some bright red right here, and I'm going to show you an example of that. So we had both colors. We had the red, and then we also had a pink, and to do that you'd add a little bit of white to it. That's just, yep, we're just gonna take that and I'm gonna bring, when I mix colors, I bring both of them together in the middle to get them to where I want them. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the red, and I don't need much. This red is so dark. The value is the pigment is so strong that I don't need to worry about getting too much of it. I just need a little bit of white, and it might just take the corner of that. Yeah, we'll take that corner and put it in there and see what kind of pink we get. And a little bit more. There we go, that's plenty, I think. We're almost getting I would say, a pink. Yeah, it's almost there. Just keep mixing. What I don't want to do is have to add more white. And that would happen if I grabbed a whole bunch of red and then tried to mix it up. I'm gonna just add a little, I just added a little bit, that's it, I'm done. It's not going to be any lighter or darker than that. It's going to stay like that. As long as I stay away from that red, it's going to be fine. And if I wanted it to be a lighter pink, I would just add more white to it, which I could do that. But I'm not going to. I just wanted to show you that that red and white will make pink. And then I have green right here. And with green, to tone, this is a really dark green. And I don't know if you can tell it's green, but you'll be able to in a minute, because the complementary colors, green and red, make brown if you mix them together. I'm going to take a little bit of the green, put it in the middle. Don't need much. The green is going to be darker than the red, and so since it's a darker value, it's not going to need much of the color to make the color brown. So I'll get a little bit of red, and I've got that right here, maybe a little bit more. And then I can mix those together and see what we come up with. Let's see if it turns out to be a beautiful brown, which it's getting there. You just keep mixing until it comes out. Yep, I didn't add any more of either color. And what I'm getting is a very toned down burgundy. It's almost a burgundy. If I want it to go completely brown, I would add, no, it's brown, it's brown. So now this color of brown will make this bright red tone down. So we got red and green make brown, but we could take a little bit of the red over here, and it's going to tone down this red by mixing it with the brown that I just made. That's going to tone this down and make it more of a burgundy. And all of this is pretty easy to decipher on the color wheel, if you get a color wheel. So I'm going to show you the difference. This is with the green in it. There we go. It's a darker red. It's less bright and vibrant. And this might be more of a apple red or cherry red, burgundy, maroon, but yeah, so that's what does that. That's what helps you when you're painting and you're trying to make something that's a darker red, you know, something that's not this bright. You know, you can add a little bit of green to it. You know, as long as the paint that you're using is, I've mentioned before in some of the videos that you can use the basic or the studio paint that will give you a pretty good pigment. You just don't, I don't know that you want to use the little bottles of paint that they're really liquid and they have a lot of water in them. You don't necessarily want to use those because they will not have enough pigment in them to be able to mix and make a true color for you. So yeah, and if I wanted to lighten up that color and make it a lighter color, I could add white to it. But for now, I've got pink, which is red and white together. And then I mixed green and red and made brown and then burgundy. So this brown would be good enough to use for a tree trunk or a tree branch. Yeah, so I enjoy color mixing, and I think that if you do it long enough, if you end up painting for a long time and you're enjoying creating with paint, you will get to where you know just off the top of your head, you'll know what will and will not work to help tone it down. But in the meanwhile, you can get a color wheel, and that will help you to be able to see what you need in order to make the color that you need, or to tone down the color that you have, or to, you know what I mean? So I have it right here, and it even says on here how to use a color wheel with warm, cool, and cool colors. And then it talks about value, and it talks about intensity and hue. But yeah, it's great. So I use this all the time. But I've gotten to the point where I do it, you know, automatically because I painted for so long. So yeah, that's how red and green, complementary colors, that's how they work to tone down each other and gray down each other. So anyhow, I'm really glad that you joined me for this video, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel. I will be making more videos about acrylic painting and oil painting, and also about MS. I have MS, so I will be doing more videos about those, and I hope that you'll tune in again. So thank you for subscribing and sharing any of my videos with your friends and family, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.